So I know we just went through my background, but again, just to show you how I got to where I am, I started as a pre-med student and I actually ended up switching to behavior analysis and found it's exactly what I wanted and I loved it. And so I just kept going with it and I still love it to this day. And after I graduated, I went and into Metro Detroit and worked as the program coordinator, where we worked in homes, clinic, school consulting, and we also opened up 2 more locations in the greater Metro Detroit area. And that was with ages about 1 to 22 years old. And that ranged anywhere from autism spectrum disorder to other developmental disabilities, and also just behavioral challenges in general that parents may have been having. And then I actually ended up going to independent consulting. And this was probably one of the best experiences of my life. And it really taught me a lot about working with caregivers in general, even more than I already knew. But because this method of treatment was where I worked one-on-one with the caregivers and they were the ones implementing, not a technician or somebody else. It was the parents working one-on-one with their kid and having to really work these strategies into their everyday life. And that ranged in age from 5 to 70 years old. And so, I was in homes and I was also in adult care facilities or adult homes as well, working with staff and caregivers to help with some behavior changes as well. But then I decided I wanted to help continue teaching and training future practitioners, training professionals who are already in the field and helping them learn new skills and refine some of their other skills. So that's how I got here today. And so let's get into this a little bit more. I want to talk just a little bit about the science of behavior and where it came from. And it's relatively new compared to a lot of other similar fields. In 1913 was the very first writing from John B. Watson. And from then on came all the other founders of our field, including B.F. Skinner is one of the main forefathers of our field. And when we really talk about the science of behavior, it gets compared a lot to, psychology or like some of these other fields, but it can really be thought of more of a natural science, like biology or chemistry, just in a different way. And the reason I say that is because unlike, there's traditional cognitive psychology where thoughts cause behavior. Well, with behavior analysis, it is actually the environment that is having a huge effect on behavior. And so, we have the interplay between your genes, your genetic makeup, but then we also have your environment. And if you change your environment, you can change behavior. And so one of the easiest examples I like to give to some undergraduate students are when you come to school, you act one way. When you go to work, you act another way. And then if you go home, you're going to act a completely different way as well. So that's one way to think about how the environment that you are in changes your behavior. And when we start figuring out why, the reasons behind people are acting the way that they do, we can change little aspects of the environment to then change the behaviors that are occurring. And a lot of times people ask where this can be implemented. And, today we're going to be talking about at home, but it can really be implemented everywhere. So that's one of our goals at ABA Tech, is to really disseminate the science and get it out there and show how it can be implemented. It's implemented in the workplace, on company behavior, it's student behavior, our own behavior. Self-management is a big thing that I'm very passionate about. But just know that, even though we're talking about at home right now, this can really be done almost anywhere.